Everyone doing? I'm back here again for my first video of 2019. To start off this video, I just want to say I hope everyone had a great New Year's Eve. We had a nice quiet night here at the house. We just sat around and we watched Dick Clark's New Year's Eve special from New York, and it was really cool. It's always great seeing all those people out there in New York and watching the ball drop. And there was a few good performances that I liked, like Bastille's performance. I really enjoyed them. I really enjoyed their music. And Weezer also played a really cool cover of Toto's Africa. So it's cool seeing that. But let me know down below how your New Year's Eve night went. Like I said, we just had a nice quiet night at the house, just watching the Dick Clark New Year's Eve special from New York. But anyway, guys, to kickstart 2019, I'm doing a video on a subject that some people might call controversial. This is about the possibility of a Home Alone reboot and why I'm okay with it. Now, if you've been following me on my channel for a long time, then you already know this. But if you're somebody who's new to my channel, you might not know this, but Home Alone is my favorite movie. I love that movie. It's a movie that I grew up watching. It's a movie that I used to watch every day when I was a kid. So I am against the idea of them doing a Home Alone remake. I do not want to see this movie remade at all. But I am open to a Home Alone reboot if it's done in a certain way. Now hear me out. I'm a part of a Home Alone fan group on Facebook, and somebody posted in it saying that they thought it would be cool if they did a reboot where Macaulay Culkin played the dad, and it was his daughter who was the one that was setting up traps for the burglars or whatever. And I actually thought this was a kind of a cool idea. First off, I do like the idea of a grown-up Kevin McAllister and Macaulay Culkin coming back and reprising that role. And not just his daughter, but I do like the idea of it being his kid, his son or his daughter, being the one that is setting up traps for the bad guys. I do think it's a good idea because it's not a remake. It's more of a reboot, but it can also be considered a sequel. And I know that there are a lot of reboots out there, a lot of movies that, they might share the same title as the original movie, but they're not remakes. Like I know The Thing, I haven't seen the new Thing movie, but I know that wasn't considered a remake of the original. I also know that you might consider A Nightmare on Elm Street the remake. You might consider that a reboot and not necessarily a remake because they're not redoing the original story. They're not remaking the original movie, they're doing something different with it. I wasn't a big fan of the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, but so I do think that the idea of doing a reboot that could also be considered a sequel is a good idea. Now, I do think that Macaulay Culkin, I think he's more open to maybe doing a new Home Alone film more than he has been in the past. And the reason why I say that is because he's been doing a lot of Home Alone related videos on YouTube. Like for instance, he did a video with the Angry Video Game Nerd where they reviewed all the old Home Alone NES games and the really old like Game Boy games and stuff like that. I think it was Game Boy. But he was open to doing, and he did an entire skit with the Angry Video Game Nerd where he pretended to be a pizza delivery boy from Little Nero's Pizza, which is the pizza place that Kevin orders his lovely cheese pizza in the first movie. He's also just done a video, or done a commercial for Google. I forget the name of what it is, like Google Voice or something like that, where he reenacts several scenes from Home Alone. Which I thought was really cool. It was really cool seeing him reenact classic scenes from Home Alone as an adult. So I think that he is open to the idea. I think he'd be more open to it now than he has been in the past. I'm not saying that he said, oh, I'll do it if this. I'm not saying that. And I'm not saying that, it would ever happen. I'm just saying that I think that he might be more open to the idea of doing a Home Alone sequel or a reboot now than he has been in the past. I did see a post on a website. Somebody shared it on one of the movie collecting groups I'm in that a Home Alone remake was in the works. But I actually clicked on it and there wasn't an article that it didn't go to anything. So I think that was a joke. So if you do see an article that says Home Alone remake in the works, I recommend clicking on it and seeing what it takes you to, because when I went to that article, there was nothing there, and so either I'm meant to believe that article was fake. So I do not believe that there is a Home Alone remake in the works yet, but unfortunately there might be. And like I said, I'm really against a Home Alone remake. I do not want to see the movie remade, but I am open to a reboot. I don't know if Joe Pesci or Daniel Stern would be interested. I do think that Daniel Stern might be more interested in coming back and playing Marv, but I don't know how that would be, because in Home Alone 2, they threaten to kill Kevin in the movie, and Kevin records them doing it, and he gives the recording to the police. So I really don't see them getting out of jail. Unless they do the thing like they did in Home Alone 2 where they break out, or they might have the idea where maybe they're in like a home somewhere. They're so old, they're now in like a nursing home that's monitored or something by the police or something like that. I don't know if they really do that. But I really don't. I would see Daniel Stern being more open to doing it than Joe Pesci. I do remember when Kevin did a skit. I can't think of the YouTuber he did it with, but he did like a grown-up Kevin McAllister torturing a burglar. And it was kind of a Saw type of video where he basically like tied this guy up, and it was like an adult version of Kevin, doing terrible things to a burglar. And it was just like a joke thing that he did. I want to say it was Funny or Die, but I might be wrong on that. I know it was it was a comedy website that did this, and Daniel Stern actually did a response video to it on his Twitter, on his Facebook, acting all scared, and he was saying, "Harry, you should see the video of Kevin doing this, I'm all scared," and he was acting all scared, and he was asking Harry or Joe Pesci to come and like save him from Kevin, because he thought Kevin was coming out. So I do think that Daniel Stern would be more open to it. I just don't see how they would do it, because in the second movie they threatened to kill Kevin in the second one. So something tells me they're Harry and Marv are probably in jail for the rest of their lives. I do really like that video. Like, if I can find it, I'll leave a link to it down below. But it's kind of a funny video of Kevin McAllister, like as an adult, like torturing this burglar. And it was really cool that Daniel Stern did a response video to it. And it was just a funny response. And Daniel Stern actually posts a lot of Home Alone related stuff. Like, he also posted a video on his Facebook where he found a huge spider, like in his workplace where he works on stuff, and he had his wife come over to film him taking he put a bucket over this huge spider, and when he lifted it up, he did the Marv scream that he does when the tarantula lands on his face. I love that. So I could see them being in a Home Alone reboot. I could see Daniel Stern being it more than Joe Pesci. But then again, I haven't heard anything from Joe Pesci, really. So he might be open to it. I don't know. But anyway, guys, this was just a quick video. I just wanted to share my thoughts on a Home Alone reboot and why I would be okay with it if it was done as more of a sequel. I don't want to see it remade, but I'm okay with it if they did it, where it was maybe Kevin's son or daughter, and they could reference the first movie in it. They could have jokes that reference the first film. I know a lot of fans would love to see them doing that. Like, there could be a scene where Kevin could be like on a plane, and he could yell like his son or daughter's name, and that would be a reference to when Catherine O'Hara, screamed his name in the first movie when she first realizes that he's gone. So I'm open to the idea of a Home Alone reboot. Just as long as they do it right, and just as long as, basically as long as Macaulay Culkin's involved. Like, if he's involved, I'm all for it. If he's not, then I really don't want to see it. But anyway, guys, let me know down below what you guys think. Would you guys like to see a Home Alone reboot with, Macaulay Culkin involved, or Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci? And like I said, if you do see an article that says Home Alone remake in the works, be sure to click on the article and just see what it takes you to, because the article I clicked on didn't take me to anything. There wasn't even an article, which leads me to believe that there is no Home Alone remake in the works. So if you see articles like that, make sure you click on them, and make sure that the website posting it is an actual website. Because I don't even think that the website I even clicked on was even an actual website. But that's the thing that people do. They see the title of an article and then they share it around to get a lot of people talking about something that's not even happening. Like, there's so many fake articles out there that I wish more people would actually take the time to click on an article and read it before sharing it around, because you're spreading false information if you do that. And I just hate that. But anyway, guys, this is just my thoughts on why I'm okay with the idea of a Home Alone reboot. As long as it's done right, as long as you have the right people, as long as, if Macaulay Culkin says okay to it, it'd be great to see Daniel Stern or Joe Pesci come in, but, I'm not holding my breath when it comes to a Home Alone reboot. It might happen, it might never happen, but regardless, I'm still going to enjoy the movies. I'm always going to love them. Like I said, Home Alone is my all-time favorite film. Home Alone 2 is definitely my second or third favorite. I love watching them, and I will continue to love and enjoy them throughout my entire life. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. As always, if you guys want to follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or join my movie collecting Facebook group, links to all those will be down below. And I'll also see if I can find that one video of Kevin McAllister as an adult torturing the burglar. I'll leave a link down below to that video if I can find it, because it's a pretty funny video of just him being an adult and being like how he would handle a burglar. It's kind of funny. But anyway, guys, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I do plan on doing more of these sort of discussion videos, because I like talking back and forth between you guys. I like hearing y'all's thoughts on different ideas. I find these videos to be more entertaining, and I enjoy doing these videos more than just sitting down and talking about a movie. That's one reason why I don't do as many movie reviews anymore. I do plan on doing another video just talking about why I don't review films anymore. Because I do enjoy doing these discussion videos, and I do plan on doing a lot more of them in this new year. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Like I said, leave your thoughts down below, and I hope you all had a great New Year's Eve.